Oh boy, guys. I've been recommended this, and I figure I might as well check it out. It seems like a good video. And I have been asked a lot to talk about the weird trend of VTubers, almost always female VTubers, shifting towards the right. I don't know what's been going on, but it's a thing. I'm pretty sure that's what's been going on with this situation. Is that what's going on with this ironmouse VTuber? Or is it something else? Because I've been recommended this situation a few times, but I don't even know what's going on. I've covered a few, like, VTuber channels that have been making Nazi content. I assume this is one of them? Never heard of VTubers shifting to the right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm jealous of you, Nuke Brain XYZ. You clearly have not paid attention to that space. Yeah, no, the VTuber space is quickly becoming, like, full of pick-me anime girls that are, like, making jokes about the JQ and stuff. Like, that is rapidly becoming the face of the VTubing space. At least, as far as I can tell. Read my comment? No, it's not about righty YouTubers. It is cause I know the vid, but it's also him calling out stupid hate for someone a person don't watch. Okay. Well, I was recommended I check this out, so let's see what this situation is. I guess maybe ironmouse is not a Nazi or whatever, or not a conservative or whatever. I don't know. I've just been asked to talk about this situation. I don't know what's going on. I don't follow VTuber stuff, so let's fill my brain with the knowledge so we can find out what's going on and you guys can get my opinion. Because for some reason, you guys want my opinion on VTuber drama. I don't know why. I don't know. You guys just keep sending me stuff about VTuber drama and you keep asking me to cover it. I don't know why, but I'll do it. I will do it for you guys. I'm a people pleaser, so let's start this. Let's watch.
This video is going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the Angry British Man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online. And I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any...
It's getting more and more negative by the day, isn't it? Yeah, the algorithms. They're getting trained off of bots, and the bots have recognized that hate and bullshit end up getting the most engagement, like starting fights, inciting fear, anger, negative emotion gets the most engagement, and so the algorithms, recognizing how much traction that kind of behavior gets, they're optimizing themselves to promote that type of rhetoric. And of course, even if you're not behaving that way, you're just not going to have your stuff pushed. So the stuff that's really hateful and dark and brooding and dooming and confrontational, that stuff is going to be everywhere. You're never going to be able to escape it because that's what does well. And so, yeah, the AI algorithms and stuff have kind of slowly but surely turned the internet into a really negative place to be. I totally get what he's building up to here.
Online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff. It's pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry. And if you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience overall.
Literally, 2 days ago, I went on Twitter for the first time in like a week. I think I scrolled 2 mouse wheel scrolls. Like, I reset my finger twice, and as I scrolled down on the third one, video of a dude getting shot and killed. It's like, damn, that was fast. Wow.
And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. And I wouldn't really even use the word brutal, because I think brutal can sometimes mean there's a bit of honesty and fun there, but I would say it's just cruel. Like, just being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive, massive hate train against ironmouse, which I don't understand. And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this.
I have no idea who ironmouse is. I don't hate or really like VTubers. I just see them as like a not quite my thing brand of live streaming content. But what I have noticed is a very, as I mentioned before, weird trend of VTubers, especially female VTubers, becoming like right-wing pick-me girls who even go as far as to just become full-on, like, JQing or Jewish questioning neo-Nazis, right? And so, obviously, ironmouse, based on the info I'm getting from chat, isn't one of these people. But this is an interesting situation. I guess it's just like people online are just sending her hate for no reason. Like, at all. Just because they hate VTubers? Is she like the biggest VTuber or something?
You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry. It'll all...
It's called yum yucking. People have, like, it's always been a thing, but man, the internet loves it now. Like, either something is really popular and everyone has to like it, or something is really hated and everyone has to hate it. And then after a certain time, going against that flow becomes its own bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, you can tell too, because it's always like all of a sudden 500 videos come out on YouTube about how this video is underrated or overrated, you know? And you just tell everyone's just like jumping on a new bandwagon that's the opposite of the first one. I hate that shit. I see it a mile away now, and it's so frustrating.
All makes sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, Ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was,
I guess she is the biggest, like, VTuber. So she's like the face of VTubing most likely, and that's why she attracts like the brunt of the hate towards VTubers, it seems.
sure, an amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now, but sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better just for being an anime girl.
VTubers are cringe. Okay, fair enough. That's a matter of opinion. Lazy? I'm sorry. VTubers are not lazy. I know VTubers. The rigging and whatnot, like the getting, you have to either make or commission art. You have to figure out how to rig it up and get like the software going to like capture your movements into like, it's way harder than just turning on your camera and talking. I assure you. I don't know how, like, I don't even know how to set up a VTuber rig right now. I know how to just turn on a camera and be here. I don't know how to set up a VTuber rig. The idea that VTubing is lazy in comparison to normal streaming, which I assume is our point of comparison here, is insane. And fake. Like, faker than normal live streaming? Like, what do you mean? This is so bizarre because there used to be a time, at least when I was growing up, where the vast majority of YouTubers didn't show their face. Face reveals for YouTubers were a big thing. Dream kind of brought that back for a brief time, but that was just him imitating the same shit that both me and Dream are the same age, that we grew up on, which was like Immortal HD's big face reveal, like Minecraft YouTubers whose faces weren't known for like until 5 years into their online fame. This was like, is that fake now because we don't know what those people looked like until they revealed their faces? This is just OG internet stuff to not show your face. Like, I know that streaming and Twitch has made it pretty expected to just like have every bit of your life and person shown to the public, but that is actually not the norm of the internet. It's really unusual, believe it or not. VTubers are, ironically enough, to a degree, a return to form for what used to be considered normal online. Like using an avatar rather than your actual face and identity on the internet.
Girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend. 100%. I'm not even trying to hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is just for some reason acceptable. And hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet. And I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now, obviously they've been around in Japan for a while because this is very Japanese coded. But, 4 years ago, they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to see. And I'm sure any VTuber...
I mean, I don't dislike it, but I'm not going to watch it. It's just not my cup of tea. I feel like you're such a bitch if you see people having fun with something and it makes you mad. I feel like this is such a childish thing. Everyone used to be like this, like, oh, Justin Bieber, oh, fuck yeah. You know, like, oh, One Direction. Like, everyone's like this, you know? Where they've got these, like, I have to shit on things that people like that I don't necessarily care for. Tendency. If you do that kind of thing, I need you to know it sucks, and if you stop doing that, you will instantly become a better human being. I promise you. It's that easy. Don't be a bitch about what other people like. Don't yuck people. Just like chill out. Don't try to be like a special snowflake or a contrarian or just try to ruin people's fun with something that they like. Like I don't have to find something appealing to resist giving a negative opinion on it and like ruining other people's good time. I don't have to like inject my negativity into a thing, and neither do you.
YouTuber who was around in this era could tell you the amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI? Perhaps. You know, pretty uninspired, insulting comments. And during this boom is when a lot of people found ironmouse as well. Now, ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now, look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is their own person, but, you know, Mouse has been sick for a very, very long.
I will say there is one great VTuber clip I saw. I think that was a flash of it on screen there. Is this it? Huh. I can't find it. It's a video of getting over it. I saw it on YouTube Shorts, and it was a video where some VTuber is like doing getting over it, and they make it to the snake, and they accidentally hook onto the snake and start sliding all the way down, and she lets out this like 40-second long demon screech of rage and anger over it, and it's so fucking funny.
Long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune. Can never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America. So this
It's not guaranteed, but it is nice that like live streaming and content creation online is an option that didn't exist until recently for people with disabilities or immunocompromised situations where they really can't get out. Because like 30 years ago, ironmouse would be fucked without family support. There's not much you could do like in that situation. Working from home is not a easy to obtain job back in the 90s or the 80s or before. But then along comes the internet and the ability to become a figure online and to have a following and to put the work in to make your own schedule and work from home. And people who have disabilities or health complications can actually not just make a living, but they have the potential to make a really good living. In the case of Ironmouse, I'm sure she's like the biggest VTuber. In a world where 30 years ago, your options are fucked because of things completely out of your control.
This meant the only human contact that Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends or just have a casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology technology getting so much better and more accessible that mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go like lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace because that's where I am all the time. Max, thank you so much for the penalty.
It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. But no hate. Damn, she hit that goal fast.
Damn it! Now,
She didn't even finish her sentence and the goal was hit.
thank you so much for the dono. Thank you.
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing, and something that the outpouring support has allowed her to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god-tier singing skills. We all know that Mouse was trained to be an opera singer and sounds incredible!
If you could look at me once more.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused.
Okay. I have to ask, is she doing a voice when talking like normally? Because that is like if when I started singing, I sounded like I don't even know. If I sounded like if I sounded like Keith David when I sang, you would be like, Zan, why do you sound like Keith David when you sing? Are you faking your voice when you talk normally? You would legit just be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. No, it's just her singing voice. I'm not bullying her. No, I'm not. I don't know why so many VTubers have such high-pitched voices. I've always wondered this. Is it just the most popular VTubers that I've seen have high-pitched voices? Or is it a stereotype that I just notice because I'm looking for it? I don't know.
And gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look, I was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content creator for 10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone.
You can use software to change your voice. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be that VTubers use software to pitch up their voice, because if they're physically going to be anonymous, why not make their voices anonymous too? So is the idea that like many VTubers use both like I guess you could call it a filter over themselves and over their voices, so they're technically fully immersed into playing a character? That could be what it is. Maybe that's why so many of the voices are higher pitched than seems like usual, is that it's actually just a pitch shifting thing.
You didn't know what you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays, it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like, or you think that something's weird about them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this has happened
Internet's getting meaner.
lot with VTubers. For example,
I mean, as the internet culture gets more conservative, it's going to get meaner. Conservatism is not a nice ideology. You got to keep that in mind. Like, as the right takes over internet culture, it's going to get meaner and more depressing by the day. No funny videos of dogs or puppies or funny animals or anything. Only posts about how migrants are eating dogs and puppies and cats.
Well, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor.
I'm pretty sure this guy's literally a right-wing influencer on TikTok, by the way. You can tell from his haircut, his face, and the fact that he's holding his mic in the form of earbud mic that he's got in his hand.
Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do any.
And it's like, it's not even like a cringe thing to go to the convention to see her in that form, because did people not physically go to see the live stream of the, like, He Will Not Divide Us flag? Have there not been similar, like, things, like the Portal thing, where people went to see a screen in public? Like, it just seems like he's trying to be like, huh, they went to an event and they don't even get to see her in person. And it's like, well, I think they knew that. I'm pretty sure they knew they weren't going to be able to see her in person. I think the point was to go take a picture with the, like, rolling device she's made to be able to walk around, or I should say roll around, the event, you know? Like, that's what I'm talking about, actually. I see why people recommended me to cover this, because it does have political ties. There is a reason for me to talk about this. The people who are attacking her and just ridiculing her just because people like her, ridiculing the people who do like her just for liking something they don't. It seems like they're mostly douchey conservative TikToker types.
Anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called ironmouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And ironmouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, ironmouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity? What do you mean by that? And now look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video.
It's such a cucked response. Like, you have to actively create an audience that tends not to be, like, attached to things enough to go out and harass people. Like, I'm pretty proud to say that for the most part, if I cover, like, a smaller YouTuber, they're not going to get, like, harassed in a substantial way. The worst they're going to get is some comments calling them dumb or something, like in the replies of a video or something. But besides that, there's not going to be any doxing or personal messages, sending, like, threats or insulting or anything like that. Because for the most part, I cull my audience. I kind of make a community and a culture that is very evident that that kind of behavior is just loser shit. And so I feel like most of the people who would behave that way would either be banned or leave of their own volition from my community. And so if you're a content creator who covers someone who's done nothing wrong, you just call something sad, and that leads to a bunch of hate and harassment, I think that is a massive tell about how you build your community. Massively so.
Yeah, and I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone joined in, haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you're a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that the norm now? Why?
Hate gets clicks. No one's around to watch videos of people reasonably breaking down a situation. You gotta, like, even this video is called We Need to Talk About the ironmouse Situation, almost hinting that there's some drama going down where ironmouse might be in the wrong. That, like, I got led into believing that because completely blind on this situation, not knowing anything, I thought this was a video that would be taking down ironmouse or responding to her. I didn't know the context, and so I think he knew going into this that you have to almost bait people into thinking it's going to be something negative just to get a click. That's the state of the internet now. It fucking sucks.
Is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline. Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards have this category for Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the Game Award goes to Iron Mouse.
I can already tell that got a lot of hate, for sure. Guaranteed. Oh, the people, I already know that, like, the chuds, oh my god, the chuds love the Game Awards. It is such easy money for them to talk about how every game at the Game Awards this year sucks. It's all slop. They do this every year.
So, Iron Mouse couldn't be here tonight because Iron Mouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I gotta show you, it's like ridiculous. This is 2022, back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai? Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this. But
these are Kai Cenat fans, aren't they? For those who don't know, Kai Cenat is the biggest streamer on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe second biggest behind Iron Mouse. They might be, like, fighting for first place. And so I think this isn't really his fault. But I think these are Kai Cenat fans that are, like, hate commenting on Iron Mouse's stuff because they see it as, like, a battle. It's similar to, like, PewDiePie versus T-Series almost for them, I think. This is parasocial shit from Kai Cenat fans. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Kai Cenat is an awful person. I think he's, like... I haven't seen anything from him that really suggests he's actually an awful person. Maybe I've been a little inoculated or made a little, like, numb to, like, cringe internet creators, but he hasn't pulled a Logan or Jake Paul. He's not, like, he's associated with Aiden Ross. Yeah, but in, like, the most tenuous way. I'm very familiar with what you're talking about, but, like, Aiden Ross has to keep himself from saying the N-word or anything racist towards black people when he's around Kai because he's so desperate for Kai Cenat's clout. Like, it's actually hilarious and massively cucked on Aiden Ross's part. So, yeah. I actually don't take a huge issue with anything I've at least seen from Kai Cenat. The biggest drama I've heard about was the thing with, like, the illusionist and the new spit. And I don't honestly think that was even his fault or he really did anything too seriously bad there. I mean, he's popular, and I'm sure he's done a cringe thing or two, and he's definitely, like, had a lot of, like, breakdowns on stream and stuff or whatever where he's, like, yelling or getting angry, but it's usually for entertainment, and people like it. So it seems like this is just T-Series versus PewDiePie type shit.
By far the most liked ones, and it only gets worse the closer we get to today. We all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer. No way blood, this is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year? This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's ironmouse. Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this won Creator of the Year.
Yep. People molding that she won Creator of the Year at the Game Awards. Makes sense. Yep, I called that one. It's literally just jealousy molding. Like, they see their guy, their favorite YouTuber, losing the Game Awards as them losing. Because they're so parasocial. It's the same reason why Trump supporters are so dedicated to his victory. Because if Trump loses, they lose. That's what they've taught themselves. That's what they believe internally.
Crying. This literally goes on and on. And you'd think, okay, look, it's because Mouse won the streamer of the year. It probably stops after that. Oh no. So many people are like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh yeah, great, because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cruel? What the f***? Just chill the f*** out, man. Who the f*** is watching this? This thing has the most subs on Twitch. How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it. It's f***ing fire, okay? Jeez. All my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care? Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened where we all feel the need to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares? You're a loser! This has gone on for months. And it's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on.
I feel like this is such a good litmus test for, like, the types of people who are just massive bitches. Like, ask them, hey, do you watch VTubers? And then if they say no, you say, what do you think of VTubers? And if they go on a rant about how they hate them, then it's like such a good litmus test for whether or not they're just a massive cuck. And have no, like, they're the types of people who have no personality outside of hating things. I need you to understand this. So many people love to substitute hating things for having a personality. Because having a personality takes work. You have to have hobbies and interests, and you have to be interesting. But hating something that a lot of people like is like a cheat in a lot of people's minds to looking like you have a personality.
On TikTok, which I feel is really f***ed up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys? And it only escalated once more when ironmouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of news articles tweeting about it and people talking about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less than 60 IQ. No one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit.
I'd be, what's the word for it? I'd be careful to jump to the conclusion that Kai Cenat's, like, audience is toxic just because these messages. You gotta remember, he is, like, the second or the biggest streamer on Twitch, and when you're that big, you're inevitably gonna have some dumb fucks in your audience, no matter how much you try to filter them, because you're the biggest there is. Someone in your audience, or at least a good amount, are gonna be weirdos like this, but I don't think this is something that needs to be pinned on, like, any particular creator. I think this is more a demonstration of a problematic cultural thought process within the internet these days. Everyone is just getting meaner, you know?
Shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself. How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is fucked up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up. This is fucked. 100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd. And at that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised ironmouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. He's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people...
Exactly. Don't jump on Kai for this. He is one of the biggest, if not the biggest streamer on Twitch. Naturally, there's going to be some freaks in his audience that are obsessed with him and have a strong parasocial relationship with him. I assure you that internally, he thinks those people are massive fucking weirdos, and he doesn't want them in his community. There's a limit to how much control you can have over who watches you, especially when you get this big. So yeah, he's a cool guy. He's chill.
ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. He's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But chat, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in, because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that.
The worst thing as a content creator is seeing someone defend you and do it badly. It feels so shitty when people try to speak for you and don't do it well. It's not a good feeling. It doesn't feel great. I can say that for sure. Yeah, I've been there.
Because you're all cool, and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I'll admit, I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy, looking at all of this open hatred, and losing...
ironmouse is the biggest streamer on Twitch, and Kai Cenat is the second biggest streamer on Twitch? Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification.
My mind, wondering why this is normal. That was literally it, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else, or any other VTubers, or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced...
I really liked this video. I'll go ahead and put a link in the chat to the original video, and hopefully my editor remembers to drop it in the description of this when it goes out on YouTube on its own. But this is from Connor Dog, or CDogVA. Very good video. I liked it. I honestly just enjoy that somebody is calling out the cringe-ass tendency of just being overwhelmingly negative about things that people like. Can we not just let people like things? Is it really that much to ask? I don't know. Seems like straightforward stuff to me. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this segment, if you found it enjoyable, educational, or entertaining, then please consider leaving a thumbs up and a comment. Every single like and comment is like casting a blue ballot for YouTube to push my content out to a wider and larger audience, even new people who can subscribe and help to grow the channel, which I really do appreciate. Remember, it's totally free, so thank you for all the likes and comments, especially on my streams and all my new videos. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications if you haven't already, so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video, because remember, if you don't, they won't. And if you want to see more stuff from me on other platforms, be sure to follow my social medias linked down below in the description, including my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Not really active on Twitter these days, don't really post much on TikTok, but my Blue Sky, that is where I am the most active now. I'm really getting active on Blue Sky. It's like the new Twitter, so highly recommend you follow me there. Same goes for joining my Discord server. I host gaming events, call-in streams, and watch parties at least once a week on Fridays. And so if you want to be a part of that, make sure to join. And finally, if you've got the money for it and you can afford it, and you want to support me financially, help me keep the lights on, the roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me financially through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or perhaps even buying some merch through the Streamlabs link down below in the description. Regardless of how you support me though, thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope to see you again.